Hey everyone, and welcome back to CGI.Backgrounds. Today we'll be looking at a 3D scene inside of 3ds Max. Now I'll be picking a scene that I really like called Berlin Cityscape. Now we'll be looking at the interesting features that this 3D scene has to offer. I'll be choosing 3ds Max here with the V-Ray render engine. Now once set, I can download this, and when I open the file, I have the choice between picking a tone-mapped version and a non-tone-mapped version. Now, in my case, I'm going to be picking the non-tone map and do all the edits later inside of V-Ray. Okay, so this is how the scene looks like, and the first thing I can do is maybe switch to my camera. Now, this camera is already set up automatically in the scene. And to better illustrate what is happening in the scene, I can enable my V-Ray IPR here to better visualize what the scene looks like once it's rendering. Now, let's spin around the scene and see how it's constructed. We can see that we have projected planes and even a few elements like the garage here or the corner building that is modeled in, giving us better 3D depth. Now let's try out one of our objects here. I'm going to be loading my car. So let's hide the sphere, and I'm going to be loading my BMW M4 right here in the scene, just to really get an idea of how my car looks like. That car paint is reflecting beautifully thanks to that Ray HDR lighting, and the shadows are also casting beautifully here. Now, the reason I wanted to show you this scene is that there's some cool hidden features that really just enhance the detail and realism of the scene. Now let's zoom in a little bit on the picture and notice that in the building reflections, we see the reflection of our car. Now that is really good attention to detail. That automatically comes in the scene. There's no extra setup needed and really just enhances realism. Now, let's take the car and move it down the street here and really just show how flexible you can be with the scene and get again that sense of depth with no perspective misalignment. You're not just stuck at one specific point here. You are really free to do as you want. Now let's create something cool here. And again, one of the specifics of this environment is that we can maybe go climb a little higher with our camera and use one of these buildings that obstructing the view to create this nice commercial looking shots. So again, with my view aligned, I'm just going to zoom in a little bit, use a wider lens, and just in a few clicks, just like that, I'm having a commercial looking shot. Now bear in mind, this is a HDRI projected on planes, but look how cool this looks, just with a few camera tricks and good lighting with the Ray HDR. Now within the V-Ray frame buffer, I can play with the tone mapper and really dial in the post-process effect to my desire. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.